Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to another sewing video. And this will probably be the last, that's a lie, but this will probably be the last month that you'll see these braids because I'm finally taking them out. It's been a while since I've had them, but I'm glad I've had them because I haven't had to deal with my hair in the morning, but that's besides the point. Today we are going to be making a bra or a bralette with the bundles of fabric that I have. Last video or last couple videos I made with this fabric, I made a skirt and I said I didn't like it. I ended up fixing it by adding elastic and it made it a little bit better, and I just have to make the pleats a little bit more straight, but either way it's okay. So now we're going to go ahead and make a top, which will be a bralette for this. I've made a couple of bralettes in the past, but the issue now is that I have a larger chest. The bralettes that I made in the past, I had a smaller chest, so it's going to be a lot of trial and error in this video, just like I did with the obi. So what I will be using to make a pattern is this black fabric that I use for the obi, which is good because eventually this month I want to make a beaded bra. And like I said, I have a larger chest, and a lot of the tutorials that I've seen for beaded bras, they're for smaller chest. And I recently got sized for a new bra, and I have a big chest, so I'm thinking that what I will do when it comes to making the beaded bra is that I will make a kind of like a separate support bra, so that when I wear the beaded bra it won't be so low. Because that's the issue that I'm having now, especially with a lot of my clothes, is that my chest sits low. But that being said, moving on, we are going to start making our bralette. And the best way to do that is to do the most accurate measurements as possible. That being said, if you want to follow this, it's not a tutorial, but if you want to follow this, the best way I like to measure myself is either with a bra or if I'm lying down, because when I'm lying down it will give me the measurements that I need, so that when I put the bra on, bralette on, or whatever on, my chest will be supported and fall in the area that it was when I was laying down, if that makes sense. But that being said, let's just go ahead and get into it. So the first thing I am going to do, of course, we're going to start with making the cups for the bra. So the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to measure myself. And I'm going to, and because this is not like a supportive bra, the measurements they do have to be accurate, but they don't have to be so exact, because it's not really for support. It's mostly just for design and fashion. But yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on a bra, and I'm going to measure across, and I'm going to measure up. And that is where my cup, that's how I will make my cup. And I'll show you how I kind of make my cup, because it will be in 3 pieces, a top part and 2 side parts. But I'll show you how that's done after I do the measurements. Okay. Side note, I know I keep saying this probably every other video, but I do have to get a stand. I did say I wanted to wait till I got to maybe like 100 or 200 subscribers on YouTube, but I feel like now would be a better time more than ever, not only for me to kind of record and take notes for myself for future projects, but it just makes moving my phone around easier. But that being said, we have the cup of the bralette. Let me go ahead and take it out. So we have the cup, which are two pieces. One is the inner, one is the outer. When I'm making bralettes, I tend to make the inner and outer the same way. Um, I assume that there's a difference. I don't really think there's a difference in size, so I just make it the same measurements, as well as this, which goes all the way across the bust. Um, so this is the full 11 inches with a curve. You want to make sure when you're making bras or any type of thing, bralette, bra, corset, there's a curve. Unless you're intentionally trying to make it straight, but for like a normal bralette, make sure it's curved, just so that it can fit, flush on the skin. But I have this now, and I'm going to cut another piece, and then after that, I'm going to get into making the waistband. Waistband? The waistband? Waistband strap that goes at the bottom, which will basically hold the bra in place. And then we'll also do the straps. I don't like making drafts. I do not like making drafts because once I make the draft, then I have to undo it and use it again to make the actual piece of fabric. But I feel like because I'm going to be using or making another bra a second time, it's best to make a draft or a pattern, just so that I can get it out of the way and I don't have to do it again. But that being said, we are going to get into making a second cup, the waistband. I think it's a waistband, and the straps. Before I go, the waistband, I'm not going to use snaps or hooks. I'm going to use buttons. Um, but if you choose to use hooks, snaps, whatever, I would suggest that you make sure that it's strong enough to work with what you're trying to do, as well as we'll be able to hold everything and withstand what you're trying to do, whether it's for activities, whether it's just for fashion, just to walk around the city. Just make sure that it won't come undone in the middle of the city or while you're cosplaying or anything like that. Because there have been instances where I have made something that required a waistband or it required snaps, but because my measurements were wrong or I used the wrong tools, it came apart. And it wasn't that bad, but just for warning. But yeah, let's get back into this. All right, so here is a somewhat finished version of the top, which I do like. I do like a lot. I also fixed the skirt, or at least I thought I did. Um, the part of the skirt I wanted to fix is because it was loose up here, so I added elastic. So that's fine. But now that I'm like playing with the piece, I want this to be shorter, kind of, maybe, because up here it's fine, but in the front it's too long. I like all my skirts to be short, but that's besides the point. That's something we'll fix later because I still have to fix the pleats. They do look a little off to me. Either way, this is the almost finished part of the bra. And I say almost finished because I do want to design it. I'm thinking of adding like maybe pearls or maybe gold accessories to the bra piece, but I do like it so far. I ended up sewing um, extended pieces, and one of them is sewed a different way, which is fine because I'm gonna go back and design it anyways. And I really like how this turned out because it fits everything so nice. I do have it like attached with needles right now, so I'm trying to be careful. Now, realistically, I did not want these shoulder straps to be here. I wanted them to be in the front. But now that they're here, I'm starting to like this a little more because it opens the chest. And it's perfect for summer and spring because I'd be able to breathe. This area will allow me to breathe. That being said, uh, I think the last part is to just add buttons to the back and it will be done. I will also add a tag to it and it will be done. And I'm thinking a while ago I made a Princess Tiana ball gown cosplay, and I don't know what I made, but some of them had pearls and the pearls snapped and broke. So I'm thinking of adding these pearls to it. I do want them to be chunky, just to give off not Y2K, but like a 90s aesthetic to it. I'm not really sure because I want to add pearls and gold accessories, but I have to see what I have because I'm trying to make this as free as possible. But yeah, this is the outcome. I do like the top a lot. I really do. And the skirt I'll have to go back and fix because I don't like it short like this. I mean, I don't like it long like this. It's too long. No. So yeah. And I was thinking about posting, fixing this skirt on TikTok, but considering it's about to be banned again, and my phone is a US phone, I won't be able to do that. So I'll probably post it here on YouTube or maybe on Instagram. Yeah. So what we're going to do now is put buttons to the back of this. If I can find, because it will match with the button on the back of here. If I can find big chunky buttons, I will add it to that. The only problem I have is how I'm going to attach it because I don't want to sew any more straps. That's the number one thing I hate about sewing is adding straps or making straps because it's so tedious. I know that there are some tools that you can use to make straps, but I don't have that and I don't know what it's called. So we're going to go back and add in buttons and a tag. Yeah. I had to throw on a face mask real quick because I have to get ready for bed. Either way, I finished the top, which I love so much. I also fixed the skirt. which looks awesome. But here is the full set for the tan and black fabric. And I think I'm done with it for now as far as the fabric because I don't know what else to make. I do want to make some work pants. I don't think I have enough fabric for work pants. So we'll see. I'm also hesitant on making work pants because it's about to be warm and I don't want to make pants with this fabric just because I know it won't. I'll get hot, basically. I'll get hot. But this is the full look for this set. And I really do like it. I can't wait to wear it out. Maybe to go to a party. I don't go to parties, but we're just going to probably wear it out for the night. And I have to find some good shoes to wear for this because I'm thinking maybe some heels. But we all know how my feet are with heels. So we will see what happens. But until then, I believe the next thing we're going to get into is this fun little fabric. I do have a couple of ideas. Of course, I'm going to do a top, and I'm also going to do a skirt. I'm also planning on making a beaded bra, which is why I was practicing with this. The beaded bra will definitely be way different because I'm going to be doing a mesh bra, which is basically going to be this part, just this part, and then of course beaded. But we'll get into that in the later videos. But right now, this is the finished piece. Yeah. All right, I will see you guys later. Bye.